Hey everyone, a warm welcome to this video lecture. In this video, we will look at how to install XRDP on Ubuntu 24.04. XRDP is an open source remote desktop protocol for Linux. It allows you to remotely access a Linux server using RDP clients such as the Microsoft Remote Desktop on Windows, macOS, and even on mobile devices. Now, there are multiple benefits of using XRDP. First, it works with multiple desktop environments such as GNOME, XFCE, and KDE. It also offers a full graphical desktop experience, which is ideal for running GUI applications such as text editors and browsers, and also supports SSL and TLS encryption for secure connections. Now, before proceeding with the installation, ensure you have an instance of Ubuntu 24.04 server with at least 4 GB of RAM, and also ensure you have a sudo user configured. And for this video, I have deployed a VPS server on Cherry servers with at least 6 GB of RAM and 100 GB of SSD storage. Cherry servers is a leading European cloud infrastructure provider committed to offering secure cloud infrastructure to small and medium businesses at a cost-effective fee. Now, with that out of the way, let's get started with installing XRDP on Ubuntu 24.04. To get started, ensure you have connected to your server via the SSH protocol. So as you can see on the screen, we have already done so. And just to confirm this, I can run the command whoami and hit enter. So here you can see we are logged in as a user called Cherry. Also, I can run the command hostnamectl and hit enter. And this provides information about my remote server. So as you can see here, Ubuntu is a static host name. I'm running Ubuntu 24.04 and you can see more details. Once you have connected to your server, the next step is to update the local package index as is always advised before installing any packages. And to do so, simply run the command sudo apt update and hit enter. So once you have updated the local cache or the local package index, we are going to install a desktop environment in which we are going to log in via the XRDP protocol. Now, for this demonstration, we'll be installing the XFCE desktop environment, which is quite lightweight and will ensure our server remains stable. And to install XFCE, simply run the command sudo apt install, then XFCE4 goodies. So on your screen, you'll find that this installs a bunch of packages and libraries. So to proceed, I'm simply going to type Y on the keyboard and hit enter. And this will kickstart the installation of the XFCE desktop environment. And it's done. Now, with the desktop environment in place, it's now time to install the XRDP server itself. And to do so, simply run the command sudo apt install XRDP and hit enter. To proceed, simply type Y on the terminal and hit enter. And the installation is complete. Now, one thing you need to note is that an SSL certificate was generated, as you can see here, and a group called SSL Cert was created as a result. Now, the XRDP service auto starts once installed, and to confirm this, run the command sudo systemctl status XRDP and hit enter. So from the terminal, you can see the XRDP service is running. Also, you can use the ss command to check the network connection and the listening ports. So we can run the command sudo ss, then -pnltu. Then we are going to pipe this to grep -i. Then we search for XRDP and hit enter. So from the output, you get this information. So as you can see, the XRDP is listening on port 3389, and you get more information. So for example, you can see here, the process name is XRDP, and this is the PID, which is 12999. And you can confirm the PID also by running PID off. Then we say XRDP and hit enter. So as you can see, this value here should correspond to the PID indicated here. Okay. You can also run the lsoff command. So we can say sudo lsoff, the -i, -n, uppercase P. Then we grep, we pipe the output to grep and then we search for XRDP and hit enter. So once again, we get this information. So this is a confirmation that XRDP is running and listening to TCP port 3389. Now, once that is done, the next step is to configure XRDP for your desktop environment. Now we need to make sure XRDP launches the XFCE desktop environment when connected, okay? And we need to adjust a few things. So the first step is to add the XRDP user to the SSL SAT group, which I mentioned earlier. And to do so, just run the command sudo add user. So here we'll specify XRDP user and then SSL-SAT group, and we're gonna hit enter. So from the terminal, you can see the XRDP user has been added to the group SSL-SAT. And to confirm this, I'll run the command groups XRDP and hit enter. So here you can see XRDP belongs to two groups, the XRDP, which is the primary group, and SSL-SAT, which is the secondary group. Next, we need to configure the XRDP session. So here we're going to create a simple configuration file in our home directory. So we'll create a simple file. So here we say echo XFCE for session. Okay, so we'll enclose that in quotation marks. Then here we'll create a simple file in our home directory called X session, and we'll hit enter. So let's preview this file. So I'm going to run the command cat, then preview the file. Okay, so this is what we have here. Now, once that is done, we need to restart the XRDP service to persist the changes. So here I'll run the command sudo systemctl, then restart XRDP and hit enter. Once restarted, let's confirm that it is running. So here, instead of restart, I'll say status and hit enter. So as you can see, once again, XRDP is up and running. So we have configured XRDP on our XFCE desktop environment. Now the last step is to connect to our server via remote desktop environment. So see you in the next step. To initiate an RDP session, first of all, we need to get the IP of our VPS server. So here I'm going to say IP address and hit enter. So this is the public IP of my VPS. So I'm going to take this and copy it. All right. Then on my Windows system, I'm going to launch the RDP application. So here I'll search for RDP and launch it. So here I'm going to provide the IP address that we have just copied. So I'm going to paste it there. Okay, then I'm going to click connect. So this is what you'll see. You're going to get this certificate warning. So just click yes to proceed. And now you'll get this screen here that prompts for your username and password. So here I'm going to enter the username of the currently logged in user, which is Cherry, and also provide the password to the user. And once I'm done, I'm going to click OK. And in a few seconds, you'll see this beautiful XFCE environment interface. Okay, you can do one or two things. So you can explore various features. So for example, you may want to change the desktop environment. So all you need to do is to right click and select desktop settings. So this will provide you with a couple of options. So for example, I'm going to pick this option here, and then I'm going to click close. And as you can see, this has changed already. Okay. So that's how you go about installing XRDP remote protocol, and we have installed it on the XFCE desktop environment. So in case you found this insightful, please don't forget to leave a like and smash the subscribe button to continue receiving more of these video tutorials. So that's it for this video. See you in the next one.